Hello friends, welcome back. Today I have a very interesting story for you. This is the story of a haunted coffin that screams at night. If you want to hear more stories like this, please subscribe. So let's begin. In a forgotten village buried in the southern hills of Yemen, where legends are whispered more than spoken, and the dead are feared more than mourned, lived a man named Ibrahim al-Mari, a carpenter known for one particular craft, coffin. He inherited the trade from his father, and his father before him. But what distinguished Ibrahim was not his skill or the tools he used, nor the fine cedar wood he imported from Hadramaut or the hand-carved marble he shipped in from India. It was the wood he used sometimes, an aged black timber that locals claimed was taken from the ruins of an ancient Zoroastrian temple that once stood at the edge of the empty quarter desert. The locals warned that the wood was cursed, for it had burned in fire meant for pagan rituals. But to Ibrahim, wood was wood, and business was business. The burial one autumn evening, the village buried Saad, an old woman who lived alone on the hill and was said to speak to birds, cats, and shadows. No one really knew her age. Some swore she was over 100. Others claimed she had never aged since they were children. When she died, it was sudden. Her house was found open, her body slumped near a half-burned candle, her mouth stretched in a silent scream. Her eyes were gone, just empty sockets filled with ash. Ibrahim was asked to build her coffin, quickly, before sunset. He did, from the cursed timber. They buried her that night, under a crooked palm tree just outside the village cemetery, because the imam refused to have her buried among the faithful. Her grave was marked only by a flat stone with no name. That night, it began. The screams at first, it was only Ibrahim who heard it, a high-pitched, soul-rattling scream, not of a woman, not of a man, something ... in between. It came from beneath his floorboards. At exactly 2:30 a.m. he woke up. He tore open the floor, found nothing. The next night, it came again, but this time, he wasn't alone. His neighbor Farash, a night shepherd, burst into his house, pale and shaking. You heard it too, didn't you? What? The scream. It came from the cemetery, from her grave. Ibrahim tried to dismiss it. It's the wind, or a fox. But Farash shook his head. It's not the wind when it says your name. Ibrahim bolted upright in bed. He had heard that before, in a different context. It means death is coming for you. Over the next few weeks, the screams continued, every night, always at 2:30 a.m. Sometimes soft, sometimes deafening, sometimes accompanied by the sound of heavy footsteps pacing Ibrahim's roof. Then the whispers began, too low to make out any words, but close enough to tell it wasn't coming from a human throat. Ibrahim became a shell of his former self, eyes hollow, skin stretched tight over bones. He hadn't slept in weeks, subsisting only on strong coffee and terror. The coffin returns 3 days later. The grave was found, dug open from the inside, no tracks, no blood, no signs of animals. Just the coffin, left leaning against the crooked palm tree, still sealed shut, yet stained from within by blacks. The village descended into fear. Children stopped going to school. The imam called for exorcisms. Some elders claimed that Saad had been buried in the wrong kind of wood, one that holds spirits instead of releasing them. Others blamed Ibrahim, claiming his cursed coffin had accepted a second tenant. But when the village strongman pried it open, it was empty, containing only a few inches of dust and 3 pebbles. That night the coffin was moved to the mosque storage to be burned the next morning. But the mosque caught fire just after midnight. Nothing burned except the storage room, and inside it, a pile of blackened wood, still in the shape of a coffin. Ibrahim's descent, Ibrahim's life fell apart. He stopped sleeping. He stopped working. He began to hear the screams during the day, in the market, in the well, even inside his own mirror. He tried to confess to the imam, but the imam had fallen into a coma that morning, foaming at the mouth, eyes rolled white. In his final days, Ibrahim nailed his door shut, painted Quranic verses on the walls, and left a note for anyone who would listen. It comes when you sleep. It feeds on fear. It's not the woman. It's the coffin. The wood remembers. The nails seal more than flesh. Don't bury the scream. Burn it. The villagers found Ibrahim the next morning, in his bed, eyes missing, mouth frozen in a scream, just like Saad, but there was something else. In the corner of the room, a new coffin, made from the same wood, still warm. Final revelation, they burned it, or tried to, but the flames bent away from the wood, as if refusing to touch it. That night, the entire village heard it. From the hills, from the wells, from under their beds, a voice hollow, ancient whispering, I am the breath between death and dirt. I am the box that screams when buried. So friends, this is the terrifying story of the screaming coffin. Did you like this story? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to hear more such stories, stay tuned for more updates. I will see you next time with another scary tale. Until then, stay safe and don't forget to lock your doors at night.